that on the 6th of July, His Excellency the President gave directives to unban the importations of mitumba. And he instructed the Minister of Trade and the Minister for Health to establish protocols for the resumption of the importation and the sale of second-hand clothes. At the same time, in a letter to the Mitumba Association of Kenya on the 2nd of July, the Cabinet Secretary for Health declared that there was no medical evidence to support the claim that mitumba posed a related health risk to the general public. The letter was also copied to the Cabinet Secretary of Trade and Industrialization. To date, the Cabinet Secretary for Trade and Industrialization has not taken any action to restart the importation of mitumba, nor has she had or any of her offices met with the key stakeholders of this important trade sector to discuss and agree on the modalities of the resumption of the importations. As you are aware, this trade provides an economic lifeline to millions of Kenyans. It also generates millions of shillings in tax revenue for the government. Already the ban has pushed many Kenyans to the margins of unemployment and poverty. Even when the ministry gives the go-ahead, it will take a minimum of 8 to 10 weeks to bring in and clear the first consignment. I would have thought that in these challenging times, a trade so crucial to our economy would be given the urgency and the importance it deserves. So, Mr. Deputy Chairman, what I'm asking for is for an action on the part of the Ministry of Trade. I'm greatly concerned about this long and unnecessary delay.
That's actually what I was waiting for, Honorable Hassan. Now, you see, what the statement you sought was from the implementation committee on whether, and I'm trying to grapple and see what actually the request was. Because you know the implementation committee, of course, would ordinarily deal with things that the House has passed, and therefore are trying to see whether they have been implemented or not. Now, what you are raising is something that should go to the Committee on Trade.
Let me clarify, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
The request that this particular
Yes. Now, now, yes, I'll give a few other members, but I really wanted that small clarification, and then I can give 2-3 members, and then we can dispense with the matter. So can we get, you know, Yusuf, I'm trying to get your card, and somehow I am not able to all the time. So proceed now, you have it.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, let me clarify. I had raised this issue with the Speaker, and after we looked at the history of how quickly the Cabinet Secretary for Trade had actually told us, both the Speaker and myself were in the Appointments Committee, you're in the Appointments Committee. This issue of mitumba was raised by the members of Parliament. A concern was raised about it, and she had actually pledged in her presentation that she would defend the mitumba trade like every other trade in this country. And on the advice of the Speaker suggested that this question should be taken to the Committee on Implementation. And I accepted it, and I presented it to the Committee of Implementation. Now, I would have expected that that advice from the committee would have come much earlier, because millions of Kenyans are out of jobs because of this particular ban.